All right, so my man Pat just dropped another one off. Never was online. I'll tell you guys a little bit more about it, but you got to watch this little clip first because it's pretty funny. What?
Let me tell you, Dad.
What did she tell me?
I tell you, don't buy a lot of bullet. Buy a couple, okay?
Just buy a couple?
Yeah.
Don't buy a lot?
Buy a couple like this.
That many?
Yeah.
On one hand?
Yeah.
Okay, just 5 today. How about that?
A lot.
A lot.
A lot. Oh, but get away. Daddy, who's Dad?
Well, he's bringing a four-wheeler.
Dad, what's his name?
His name's Pat.
But how did he get here?
He drove here.
Dad, he got another one.
Yeah, he got another one. Yeah, you like that? You like that? What do you think about that one? Is that a good one? All right, so that was pretty funny. Blakely literally telling me, Mama said no more. And she really didn't. Actually, Trista gives me a harder time than anybody. But Pat hit me up and he said, Jacob, I think I remember a customer. And Pat has been in the ATV game for 40 years. He actually worked at one of the local power sports places. So he's got pretty deep connections. And he's been a friend and acquaintance of mine and my family for, heck, 30 plus years. So he's loved this journey of craziness that I've currently been on. But really has been fun because he gets to run around and pick up a lot of this stuff for me and find it. And he said, I know somebody that's got one. I think it's blue, and I need a blue of this style. I've got all the colors of the three-wheelers, but I need a blue. So he reaches out to the guy, hits me back. He said, JW, it's red. Of course, we got a red. Brady's been riding and loving it. But he sent me a picture. He said, it's red. So real quickly, I noticed the original tires. Those are original, 100%. I also noticed it was very original as far as the plastic, other than a couple little Fox stickers. So I'm going to do a little before and after here for this video, so you'll see it at the end. So stay tuned. Keep watching. One tire's a little low. Haven't even tried to pump it up. But look at the tires. They're original, and they still have the stripe. See that little stripe right there? That's the factory stripe. Once you wash it a few times or run it in mud, that's gone. Matter of fact, you could probably sit here and scrub that off if you tried real hard. So I said, dude, get it. It's red, I don't care. It's a nice bike, gotta have it. This might be the one that goes in the showroom because it might be the nicest one once it's cleaned up. We'll find out shortly. But here's the kicker and the coolest part. Box of parts from 2002. All factory. Look at all the Yamaha parts. This right here, had a hard time finding one of these. 40 or 50 bucks online for the gas cap that I needed the other day. All these factory parts. Some new, some used, brand new lanyard. These bikes had the pull behind. So for learning purposes, this bike was a beginner bike. It's a 60, but it's a 2-stroke and it zips. I mean, these things rip. It has a throttle control. You can turn the throttle down, but you can also follow behind it with your kid with that lanyard. When you pull the lanyard, it kills the ignition. It cuts off. This one has one too, right there. That's what that's explaining. Now this is a little 50 Suzuki. Tires and wheels are off because we're putting new tires on. That's the 60. So these were two of the smaller versions. And then Honda had the 70. You know, Honda had to be bigger. So 50, 60, and 70. How cool is it going to be when they're all lined up together? It's going to be really cool for me. But not only did it that, he said the guy just started getting extra parts because he was afraid one day he wouldn't be able to get parts. So there's a whole nother motor, handlebars, also Yamaha. What is that? Axle assembly, looks like. No, steering shaft. More parts, more exhaust. If you go on eBay, this stuff's super expensive. Another set of spare wheels and tires, which weirdly enough is the second one of those little things that came with 2 extra tires and wheels. I don't know why. There's another set. There's more factory tires. There's a replacement set for one of the 3-wheelers that I didn't use because I found factory tires. Can't ever beat factory tires. So I've been saving that. But there's another set that came with another bike. There's more down there. But really cool. Better than that, it keeps getting better, guys. Stickers. Yes, you can go online, you can go on eBay and get stickers, but you can't get factory Yamaha stickers. You can't get them anywhere. Bam. Originals. So guess what? I'm not going to use them. I'm going to buy ones off the internet instead of the factory ones because these right here you can't replace. Period. This is the one for the windshield. Y'all can Google the part number if you want. And this is the one for the headlights, which it does need. But super cool. Might not be cool to everybody, but we will get it running. Hadn't running, he didn't know. He might have said 10 years, but I don't. I could have heard him wrong. That doesn't matter. I'm going to work on the cosmetics tonight. I'm not going to work on the motor. Matter of fact, there's really no need working on the motor if we're not going to ride this one because I don't think I want to bang this one up. Depends on how it cleans up. If it cleans up as good as I think it does and the tire pumps up, this one probably goes straight to the Davis ATC museum. We're going to call it, I guess. Wheels, no damage. Again, I don't know what kids were like or what kids rode this, but I'm telling you, we would run the wheel, like our 4-wheeler after a day or 2 of riding would look like that. When we say run the wheels off of it, we'd probably come back riding off a trail with a wheel only and no tire. That's how we'd leave a bike. And then after about, I don't know, 3 or 4 months, it would probably look like that out behind the shed. But thank goodness we hoarded everything, so we saved it. And the video to come probably this weekend, I want to get the whole family involved, will show my first 4-wheeler and 40-year-old picture. Mom found 40-year-old picture, as well as something else in that picture that's really freaking cool. So that's gonna be interesting. But that's what it looks like with fresh stickers. And this bike's okay. It's been painted. So this stuff here, though it looked really good in the edited picture online, it was kind of sucky in person. Got some lawnmower, or they're probably dolly tires. But it runs, and Brady likes riding it. And Blakely will probably jump on it soon. Something hidden under there for her. And here's the couple of the other zingers, the 3-wheelers. Again, factory original tires. And there's the 70 Honda. So I'll be sure to put a video, because I don't think anybody's ever done that, of the 50, 60, and 70, your options in the 80s for your kid. We've been riding on this one as adults. Rode that one, rode those. And definitely rode the little, so I'll show you while we're at it. The little 50, the color it's supposed to be. And of course, the pink one over there is actually, believe it or not, more original than this bike, other than it's pink. They didn't ever make it pink. It came orange and came yellow. But it actually has the piece on the back that this one doesn't have. But this one matches the collection. So it goes over there with its big brothers and sisters. So pretty cool. And this whole journey has been so fun. I'll get into more of that when I do the full edited video and that picture that I have. That's real important to me. But the people, as we've gone and bought this stuff, I'm just a normal guy. I mean, yes, I do some crazy things. I've owned some wild stuff. And I'm going to tell this story twice, so you'll hear it again. But just the other day, I showed up to grab one. And the guy was like, "It's you." And I'm like, "Yeah, it's me." I told you it was me. He was like, "Well, I just didn't know if somebody on Facebook was using your name, yada, yada, yada." And I was like, "No." I said, "I just gotten on this little kick or fetish of 3-wheelers and he was like, but you're buying this $1,500 three-wheeler. Like, you got millions and millions and millions of dollars of stuff. And I was like, yeah, but I like these little four-wheelers and three-wheelers. They're fun. And he was like, man, I follow you, and my brother or buddy is a dealer. All right, had to re-energize the phone. That does happen. He said my buddy or brother or somebody was a dealer. He said he watched you spend $1 million on trucks one day, which brought up a good memory of a funny story, and that was a pretty true day. It was a dealer that was just balling out of control. He was actually a friend of mine in the early days of our dealership, and he basically pretty much lost his inventory. It all went to auction, and we went to auction to buy one and ended up buying 20-some, 30-some. I don't remember how much it was. It was a big ticket day. I don't remember how much it was, but we did buy a lot of inventory that day. And he remembered that, which is a whole story for a whole nother day. But he's like, you're here buying this three-wheeler from me. He was just like awestruck. And I'm like, dude, like, look, come out of office, get a shirt, hang out. Like, I'm just a normal dude. And he was just appreciative also. That ain't bull crap. I guess you can't cuss on here. He won $1,500. It was worth $1,500. I gave him $1,500, loaded in the truck. And he was like, you want to hear it run? I was like, no. I said, this is what I'm doing with it. He's like, that's so cool, man. He said, I hope it makes it to your collection, and I'll be proud if it does. And I'm like, well, I'm not going to promise you that because it's $1,500 three-wheeler, but if it cleans up and checks out right, I might use some parts off of it. But I said, feel just like this one here. This thing was cheap. But I'm probably going to use these tires on a really nice bike. So if nothing else, guys, and I'm buying something from you, or I've even had people give me some of them, just know that some part of it's probably going to make its way to this display, and this display is going to be for people to see forever. It's never going to be the best display or the biggest display, but it's going to be fun. It's going to be local, and people are going to be able to relish and enjoy seeing these things. Some of them might be the stuff they own. So I'm happy to say so many of them have left the garage and gone to the building to start. And I'm also happy to say my boys, and I'll show you on the next video, are working hard on the racks. So the 50 or 60 or 70 of them that are out of here and ready to go are already staged and ready to start being put up in the air. So that's really cool. Thanks, guys, for hearing my rambling. Getting ready to clean this thing up. All right, 10 minutes later, and I'm getting ready to call it a day because I am beat. This heat and these buildings at the office get so hot. We actually had quite a few customers today, back and forth, in and out. So I just did the front, and I've got the stuff kind of soaking on there. It's not tire shine, it's not Armor All. I'll let you guys know what I think about it. Some stuff that I got that it actually has like some aloe vera or something, and it's supposed to really soften and make the plastic more pliable. So the only thing I did was the seat, which is minty nice. That's a little stain right there. I'll try to get that off. But I didn't mess with the back fender, so you can kind of see a before and after. Even has the little guard right there, which I used to always want to change to something cool, like a Fox or something. I did get the Fox stickers off. They came off beautifully. No stains. I also usually use something to scuff this up a little bit, which will take off all this. I didn't mess with that tonight. But I do have that stuff soaking on there. And when I wipe it down, it's going to look actually shinier. But that right there is for when you hit your forehead. And that's actually saved Blakely's forehead many times already. Because if you hit the brakes or you do something at a sudden stop, somebody's sitting up front, your head's going to hit that. Actually, it's a little disappointing that's missing it because the other ones over there still have it. But that's a factory piece right there. 40 years later, these little pieces are not gone. They're not broken. They're brittle. They're old, but they're still there. Gas cap's good. Seat's amazing. So, again, best comparison I can give you. Still got, let's call it 80% tread. Still got the nubs right there on its factory tires. Definitely have not been swapped out. Definitely not aftermarket. So let's call it 80% tires. So it's like buying a 5,000 mile 1980 square body. How much more fun can you get? So I'll clean the rest up. You can see how much dust is sitting on it. And it's gonna look really good. And this may be the perfect specimen for the display for the 60. Still need a couple more 50s. And then we'll have it all pretty much under control. So thanks, guys. If you're still here, appreciate you watching. Hope you enjoy the content a little bit. Not as fun as the daytime content, not as good, not as edited, but at the end of the day, that's life for us, and we enjoy it.